Right guys, short video today. Not been out on the bike a lot due to an injury and other things. So I've never really tried the camera for bike settings. I did use it a while back and it was basically just on factory default settings, and the stabilisation in the woodland wasn't great. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop somewhere and do a few tests with different settings. So the camera's currently on the settings I've dialed in, which I think should be optimal for when I'm biking. So I'm passing through some slightly shaded areas and open areas. There's a bit of an overcast day today as well. But what I'm going to do is when I head to the woods, I'm going to do a couple of runs along a section of trail. One in this setting, one in dead basic default settings where the camera's controlling everything, and then the other setting will be those same settings where the camera controls everything but set with the option to prioritise stabilisation, just to get a comparison and see which one works out best. So hopefully this footage what I've done so far has been acceptable, no glitches, no ghosting on the stabilisation or anything. I mean, it's reasonably well lit, although it's an overcast day. The proof of the pudding is going to be in the woodland, and I'm not taking that entrance into the woods today. Looks like we've got some flooding again. Didn't think we'd had that much rain lately. Here we are at the area where I'm going to do the settings test. So I'm going to start off maybe near where that big tree is there. Come down here, over this rooty section here. Further down the track, there's like a turn off to the left, quite a sharp turn off. And then I'm going to head down. And there's actually trail goes along through the bottom there. So I'm going to do 3 runs of that trail. First one will be the camera in completely standard settings, everything controlled by the camera. The second one will be those settings but enabling the low light image stabilization priority function. And then the third run will be in my manual settings, and I'll display each of the details of those settings on screen during the video. And for your interest, this piece I'm recording the camera now is in fully automatic, and it's the camera on its HDR mode, so it's like 10-bit colour. Yeah, so this should look pretty decent. And when I put the video onto the computer, I'm going to leave everything unedited, no colour grading, no brightening or anything like that, just to give a direct comparison of each of the clips. So camera is now set in pretty much its own bog standard settings, controlling its own shutter speed, ISO, white balance, everything like that. All these clips are going to be filmed in 2.7K, I believe 25 frames per second. So it's test run number 1 over the roots there. So I'll keep an eye out for my turn off. believe it is. Huh. Totally overshot it. Right, what I'll do, I'll place that stick as a warning for my next run where the turn off is. Well, I will have to practically stop anyway. Right, that was the first run. Now I'll go back up to the top, do the next set of settings. Right, camera is now switched to prioritise stabilisation and low light. Run done. As I was saying at the top there, but I got kind of rushed because there was dog walk coming along. That run there was the same settings as the first run, totally automatic. Only difference is I switched on the low light stabilisation priority mode, which should force the camera to use faster shutter speeds to prioritise the stabilisation. But when we get home, get these on the computer, we'll be able to have a look, see how they look. So now we'll push back up to the top and do a final run using my settings. This is totally manual, although kind of semi-automatic, where you set a certain range of parameters for the camera to operate in, which should optimise the stabilisation. Although I do think the actual picture will be darker than the previous two videos, but that can be easily sort of updated and altered when you're editing. Okay, now we're going a third run. This is now with my manual settings. Right, that's the third run. Hopefully we'll compare these three sets of footage and we'll get back, see which one works out the best. So I've now switched back over onto my settings.
So, what do you think? How are the settings looking? Do you think I've got them about right for the camera? I'm sure time will tell as I get out and do some bike videos over the next few months. As I say, haven't had a chance to really use the camera on the bike, that's why I decided to make this video, just do a couple of little rides and a few test runs in my local woods. So remember to like, comment, subscribe and all that stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.